it.
Mm-hmm.
What about AI-powered chatbots, virtual assistants? Like those seem to be in the past things that companies were using in the support organization, but are you seeing that come in?
I am, yeah, we're starting to see a lot more use. I just met with in October or early November of last year. I met with a couple of organizations that are thinking about leveraging a chat bot to feed into to be the voice of learning in the environment. So in product where we've had all those other pendos and things like that out there, we can then leverage a chat bot to be the voice/face, right? Because we can use avatars there as well,
Yeah,
of learning, and then have that language model feed off of the types of questions that people are asking when they are in product. It still doesn't manage quite as well the concept of it's more than just step-by-steps, right? Learning is really more than just step-by-steps, but it does help with the idea of putting a structure around the usage, and I think that we'll start to see that more and more. I just read some very interesting articles coming out of MIT in the last couple of weeks as I was catching up on some of my end of year reading from 2023 that talked about the ability to create a tutor, a personalized tutor.
Hmm.
And I was having this conversation yesterday with another colleague. We were just, talking about AI in general, and the idea that we could leverage a chatbot as the starting point for the personalized tutorial on all things related to what I'm working on. So it might not necessarily just be the software product that I'm working on, but it could also be the basic jobs to be done content. So from a customer education perspective, I could be focusing on product, but also on the idea of some of the thought leadership that comes from SEDMA, for example, right?
yeah,
Where all of that could be feeding into my personalized tutorial. That's also taking into account that I have 5 alarms on my phone every day that tell me basically to get up out of my chair and move, right?
who would
Because
want to get in that big red chair?
right, right. So it says get out of your chair, Kristine. One of them does it is an audible. It is get out of your chair, get out, go make lunch. And so but all of those concepts coming at you from one virtual assistant, right?
Yeah,
And I think that that's one of the areas this year that we're going to start to see some of the integrations, right? We saw an explosion of generative AI tools throughout 2023. Many of them leveraging the language model from ChatGPT, right, from OpenAI.
yeah,
But there's now competitors out there, right? The Claude language model is there. The guys that are at Bard using their language model from Google. We've got the guys at Intellum are creating their own language models to work
yeah,
with in their tools. The guys at Thought Industries are using the language models from OpenAI in their product. So we're seeing that explosion of usage, but still coming back to probably 3 or 4 baseline language models. Everybody's just using them a little bit differently. I think what we'll start to see as we move into this year is that kind of coalescence of tools into packages that allow us to integrate effectively with other parts of the tools that we use as an organization.
hmm.
So as people in the customer education field in particular, I would be watching to see how I can aggregate not just my product, but how do I talk to some of those other parts of the business model that a
Yeah.
customer might have.